okay, this video is for a specific type of person. So if you're not this person, you can leave. But if you are somebody who's been trying to accomplish a new level in business, life, whatever, and you have gotten success and taken action and gotten results, but then you achieved a certain level of results, maybe it's a week, a month, or 2 months, 6 months, whatever, and then you end up repeating the loop of cycle and things don't work out. Or every time you try something and you get some success, some universe bullshit happens and stops you. If that's you, this rest of this video is for you, right? If it's not, you can leave. But the rest of you, lock in here with me, right? There is something you need to understand that I hope by the end of this video will fill you with a different level of confidence than you've ever experienced before. You should know with extreme clarity that no matter what it is you're trying to accomplish, it is still and always has been and always will be possible for you, right? But if you are falling victim to this fatal mistake of self-sabotage or going through the infinite circle of broken promises, I don't know why that word came out like I was a Southerner, but it did, right? Then you need to listen up. So this last weekend, I was at a in-person mastermind. If you watch my last video, you know that. My first one hosted for my clients inside True Diamond Mindset, where we went and we were not only there to soak up the in-person connections and conversations and bounce ideas and plan our next 12 months in business, but also I brought in 3 different guest speakers who are all making well over 7 figures in their business and had them share a part of their story, some of the biggest challenges they face, how they bounce back from that, and what they would say to the new person who is just getting started, right? And when we were doing that, and I was listening to my mentor speak and the guest speaker speak, one of the mentors, who's my personal one, Jeremy Pogue, you may know him, he scaled his business from his parents' basement all the way up to in upwards of over $180,000 in a month. He's had months higher than that. I don't know. I'm obviously not him, so I don't know how it goes month to month. But either way, serious business. And he was telling us a story that I thought really resonated, and I made this whole video on this. And so I want you to know, hey, you're learning this story from a millionaire 26-year-old. I'm not that guy. I'm not 26. I'm 29. I don't make $1 million. I make 6 figures. So full transparency. But you're learning this, what I'm about to tell you, from him, not from me. So he was in a situation where him and some other coaches, were in this situation where they were promised a certain amount for a certain work ethic. And I don't know if you go on his page, if you can find these videos or if you can learn from him, but either way, they were promised that if they hit a certain level of sales, they would receive a reward. They hit the sales throughout all this hard work and effort, and it didn't happen. And that caused him to want to quit. And when he wanted to quit, he was brought back in by the allure of a better promise this time, and then did the results, got the work, and then once again had the promise taken away from him. And this is what made him go all in and create this incredibly successful 7-figure business that not only has made him successful, but if you guys could see the wins channel inside his program from all the different people that go in, it is seriously insane, right? And on in there, right, he said something in our training that really, really deeply resonated with me. And it's basically the entire point. And he said that in a book called Mastery, and I'll look it up. I don't know who exactly writes it, but they say that the greatest of everything had to get kicked in the teeth or basically have a whole bunch of not good things happen to them for 8 to 10 years before they finally arrived and achieved the level of success that everybody knows them for, right? 8 to 10 years. Now, contrary to what social media will have you believe, it is not always easy to create a 6 to 7 figure business. In fact, it's not easy, right? If it was, everybody would do it. Now, if you spend any amount of time on financial or business YouTube, you will see, just influencer after influencer, 19-year-old, 17-year-old, 21-year-old, 10-year-old, just bought my Lamborghini, just did this, blah, 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 blah. And that, if you are like me or maybe even older than me, may cause you to feel behind, may cause you to feel like you're not getting the results fast enough, and may cause you to once again bring up the question, why me? Now, I don't know how much you guys know about your life, but when my mentor was talking about going through the same emotions, when he was with his at the time mentor, and he was working for him and he was getting all this growth, And he knew that he should start his own thing, but he kept thinking like, it's a good thing. I don't know how to start it. I mean, basically he had a job that was paying him $10,000 a month, working from his home very comfortably, which is a hard thing to find, right? And he said something where he said, if that guy had fulfilled his promise and had gotten us the reward he said for hitting the goal that we hit, that reward would have been my golden handcuffs that kept me stuck there forever. And I want you to think about this one sentence more than any other part of this video. If things had always worked out for you in the exact way that you planned them, sometimes that would have been the working out would have been the handcuffs, the chains that held you back from getting the thing that either you now have or that you will have. And a lot of the popular way to say this is, God, if he's not working for you, he's working on you, right? You're building skills. And what Jeremy said was, even though he was in a situation that wouldn't be his final, his forever, he was paid well to learn the skills that would ultimately take him to the place he wanted to be and to where we're at now. And he recognized that, hey, even where I'm at now might not be where I want to go in the next, 10, 12, 15 years. But if you guys can understand, this is the biggest sauce in the changer. Stop looking at the things happening to you as that they're happening to you and figure out how they're happening for you. And I'm telling you, the worst of things in the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he talks about the opportunity is always in abundance. It just loves to hide itself within misfortune. When I had my brick and mortar at 23 and we did $156,000 that first year, if you watched my last videos, that whole year is, it looks cool all as a year, but there was times where we were making a bunch of money, then we were making no money, then we were making a bunch of money, then we were making no money again. And so that left me with a lot of debt, and it left me with a lot more expenses. And it was actually not fun at all. But if I had taken stock of my life back then and had deemed myself solely based on that one business, then I would have to be a failure forever. Now, I've gone on to be able to work with entrepreneurs and be able to do so many other amazing things since, but I needed to learn what not to do very well, firsthand experience. Because listen, if you guys, all you do is watch videos on YouTube about how to do things and you never actually do them yourself, you're not going to learn. You're not going to take action. You're not going to get the results. It's just going to remain an idea in your head and you'll feel good watching the videos, but it won't ever produce anything. And so I had to learn from firsthand experience how to not run the business, right? And because I did, I've been able to save how many other business owners by making simple videos like this and telling them, hey, don't do what I did. Do what I did when it was too late. Do what I learned from my mentors who did better. Do what I've done, right? And this is the perspective shift. And even now to this day, right, I've joined up for high-ticket coaching programs. I've been doing this YouTube channel for a long time. We maybe have not hit the numbers that some people hit. But the thing is in the secret that they talk about in Think and Grow Rich and Neville Goddard and pretty much all successful people across the board is if you can have true belief in your ability to achieve anything and you remain persistent despite misfortune, despite failure, despite setback, if you keep going, right, you will arrive. There's almost no one who has done this and not arrived. And even if you don't, you will pass away or go to the next plane knowing that you have done everything in your power before you threw in the towel and that you never threw that towel and that life had to throw it for you. And if you can start to have gratitude over the misfortunes in your life and to say, where is this opportunity, and find that extra level of conscious awareness that nothing is happening to you, it's always happening for you. I'm telling you, you guys, your life will just explode into abundance. It took me 29 years to learn this, and I hope you've understood it in these last 9 minutes. Peace, love, and prosperity. If you guys want to join True Diamond Mindset, check the link below.